Hi, my name is Jamie Henkin. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I've lived in Los Angeles and I currently reside in San Diego, California. Thank you for this opportunity to be the next host on QVC. I have experience in theater, commercial, film and television, teleprompter, and in-store product demonstration and sales. I know I would make a great host on QVC. I've got the teleprompter experience, I take direction extremely well, I can memorize dialogue, and I am great at demonstrating and selling product. The two products that I will be showing you today are the Gourmet Cheese Mill and the Master Cut 2 carving knife. So let me introduce you to the Gourmet Cheese Mill. Now the first thing I want to show you is how it fits together. It's got 4 parts. The 3 main parts are the barrel, and then you've got the divided cup, which has a rotating surgical stainless steel blade at the bottom. You've got the press, and then it also has a base plate for easy storage. Fits together very easily. 1, 2, and 3. So the first thing I want to show you is something you would not expect to grate, and that's cracker crumbs. Now a lot of recipes these days, sometimes they do call for a 1/4 cup of cracker crumbs. So you're just going to load the crackers in here on either side of your divided cup, just like that. Put the press on, and you just press and twist. You see it looks a lot like a pepper mill. Now you've got perfectly grated cracker crumbs for casseroles, macaroni and cheese. You can put graham crackers in here for your graham cracker pie crust. It also makes great homemade shake and bake. You just put some fresh herbs and spices in here and shake it up. Doesn't that do a fantastic job? Can you imagine all the time this is going to save you, especially around the holidays? The next thing I want to show you here is how the divided cup works, because you can actually grate 2 different things at the same time. So, I've got some peanuts already in here. I'm going to add in some Oreo cookies, but you can use peppermints, M&Ms, whatever your favorite candy bar or nut. And again, you just press and twist. And look at that, you've got a perfectly grated topping for a banana split or a hot fudge sundae. If you put baker's chocolate in here to garnish your cakes, your pies, your puddings. And what I really love about it is that the blades are safe and on the inside. So if you do have kids at home, they can actually help you out in the kitchen and they can have a little fun making their own blizzards of dessert toppings at home. Now, next I have fresh garlic. We all love to cook with fresh garlic, don't we? We hate to peel it. So, all you need to do is put your unpeeled cloves of garlic right into your Gourmet Cheese Mill. Just like that. And again, you just press and twist. Now look at that. You've got freshly grated garlic coming out the bottom. The peels stay on the inside. Now look at that. You can put that right away into a hot pan with a little bit of olive oil and red wine, and you are on your way to an absolutely perfect pasta sauce. Look at all that fresh garlic. It smells good too. And look at that. Your peels stay on the inside. No fuss, no muss. Now, next thing I want to show you is one of my favorite parts. Okay. Now we know that sometimes some of the hardest things to grate are the softest. Now with the cheese mill, you can actually grate something as soft as a boiled egg. So you just put your egg in here on one side of the divided cup. On the other side you can put in some sweet pickle or onion. And again, you just press and twist. It's that easy. Now look at that, you've got perfectly grated eggs. I love putting that into my tuna fish. It's great for chef salads, egg salad sandwiches, even potato salad. And the cleanup is very easy. You just rinse this off, you stick it in the top shelf of your dishwasher because it's top shelf dishwasher safe. Now, I've got a great tip for those of you who do cook with breadcrumbs. You can use fresh bread. Now, those breadcrumbs at the store, they're just white bread, right? But you can use rye, pumpernickel, sourdough, whatever your favorite bread is. I happen to have whole wheat right here. You just put it in there on either side of your divided cup. And once again, you just press and twist. Now look at that. You have got perfectly grated breadcrumbs. You can throw that right into a meatloaf. You can use it as a breading for chicken or fish. And what I love about the fresh bread is that it maintains the flavor of your recipes. It keeps things nice and moist. And you get a lot more variety than just using plain old white breadcrumbs. Now, last but not least, of course, we have cheese, which made the cheese mill famous in the first place. And with this divided cup, you can actually grate 2 different cheeses at the same time. So, I have cheddar, and I have Monterey Jack. And again, you just press and twist. Now look at that. You've got a perfect blend of cheddar jack for quesadillas, tacos, enchiladas, tostadas. If you want to add a nice touch to your gourmet pasta dinners, you can put your favorite hard Italian cheeses in here, Parmesan, Asiago, Romano. You can set that right on your dinner table. Your guests can pass it around. They can grate as much or as little as they want. And if you have cheese left over, you just pop that base plate on. You can stick that right in the fridge. No waste, no mess. Now, who here remembers the Ginsu knife? I'm sure you do. It's a fantastic knife, razor sharp, lasts you forever. Now, you've probably noticed you haven't seen the commercials on TV. That's because we've pulled them, because we've come up with an even better knife. Let me introduce you to the Master Cut 2. Now, this is an incredible knife. It is one of the few knives out there that actually has an unconditional lifetime guarantee. Now, this knife is guaranteed not to bend, break, rust, or dull. And if it does, you send it back to us, we're going to go ahead and replace it for you absolutely free. Now, what unconditional means is that if you accidentally drop it down the garbage disposal, if you take it outside and use it as a tree trimmer or a hacksaw or even to cut the carpet, no matter what the case, even if it's 30 years from now, even if it's your fault, we're going to go ahead and replace this knife for you absolutely free. Now, we all know what it's like to cut through a tomato with a dull knife, right? You squash it, you smash it, and then when nobody's looking, you stab it to get it started, right? Well, with our knife, the weight of the knife actually makes the cut. So, you can get perfectly thin slices of tomato that you couldn't get with another knife. Look at that. Not a seed out of place. And do you notice this tip here? That's a carve and serve tip. For those of you who like to barbecue, you can actually carve and then serve with the same knife. Now, I'm sure you remember the commercial on TV when we cut through a tin can. Okay. Well, I don't have a tin can here, but I do have this piece of metal. Now, what I want to show you here is not that this is a hacksaw, because it's not a hacksaw, it's a carving knife. But what I want to show you here is that no matter what you do to this knife, it's never going to go dull. Now, I'm putting about 10 to 15 years wear on this knife as we speak. All right, so I've just cut through a piece of metal. The question is the knife still sharp? Well, let's go back to our original tomato, and we'll see. Look at that. Just like I took it out of the box. So whether it's 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, this knife is always going to stay razor sharp, and it's never going to go dull. Thank you for this opportunity to be the next host on QVC.